horseback. Knowledge is the antidote. They don't understand it though, so we pass the cannon. No, see the shiny sea, get the fuck up off of me. I'm the only boss of me. This shit ain't no loss to me. You should drop your drawers for me, cause for sure I'm going in. This the beginning, even though it's about end. This all fam, we ain't got no friends. This for the sinners in the middle with the wilderness, adrenaline swimming and they back to the wind. All fall down, but we bounce back in. Little bit of tonic and a little bit of gin. Ain't no way they can break what the God made. A statement I can make, why not latent? Fake shit with no patience. It's amazing what the truth do to the whole nation.
Voices screaming inside my head, trying to tell me that I'm better off dead. I never listen when the going blows. Keep on living, we'll be all fall down. Yeah, we 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 all fall down.
I ain't got nowhere to go, I ain't got nowhere to hide. Back against the wall again, contemplating homicide. Victory's my destiny, hoping that these stars align. This that Flipsyde prophecy, I see more than dollar signs. I was soldier, I unloaded, I promoted, then I sold it. They should notice what the code is, getting gold is what the goal is. Ferocious, a bunch of lions, grizzlies, and some polars. Focus, don't let them make you think your life is hopeless. I keep on trying to stay positive, to keep from crying, cause they killing kids. And sometimes singing songs don't do the trick. Look, hey, sometimes singing songs ain't doing shit. Hey, and so we pick a weapon, make a move. Yeah, we pick an occupation, make a tool. Look, and we believe in what we do and speak. We fall down, but we don't retreat. Fuck 'em.
Voices screaming inside my head, trying to tell me that I'm better off dead. I never listen when the going blows. Keep on living, but we all fall down. Yeah, 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 we all fall down. Voices screaming, yeah, we all fall down. Yeah, we all fall down. Voices screaming, yeah, we all fall down. Yeah, we all fall down.
Yo,
Hey, what's happening?
what's happening?
Man, that was a good week. We made that song.
That's one of my favorites, for sure.
All those
There's a-
songs. Definitely
Yeah.
knocked in the studio.
I gotta learn how to play it. We gotta learn how to play that shit. Let's go. I can't even play that shit.
What chord? What key is that in?
That's in what chord? Rachel, what is that?
Play an E minor. Play an A. So it's like A minor or something like that.
Yeah, some kind of a
Well, it's a Dave chord.
fucking
This is
bullshit.
Dave chord.
It's a Dave chord. They don't have any names. They don't have.
How's
Any names.
everybody feeling, man? How's y'all's week?
Mine was great but my body is hurting like a motherfucker. So Pipe gave me 4 workouts every other day, and is like, okay, do this, and then the next day is like, how are you feeling? I tell him, oh, my body hurts there and there, and then he said, okay, do this tomorrow. And so I did number 1 again this morning, Pipe.
Wow.
I'm starting again, and
Wow.
so yeah, my body's been hurting all week, but it's a good burn. It's a good burn.
That's good, man. Rachel,
Nice.
I took the day off. I took the day off. I didn't do a push-up today, but Rachel just inspired me, man. I might go do some stretch or something.
I took the day off too.
Yeah.
Dave took the day. Dave, you ride your bike, right?
No, because I fucked up my plantar fasciitis, so I can't ride my bike with my foot.
Yep.
So I run
come
with
on.
the dog. Me and Lemmy go running. So that's my exercise. And I was gonna start this week on your exercise, but it's been a hectic week.
Yeah. Yeah, the good thing is it only takes like 20 minutes though, Dave.
I know. By the time I wake up and get started, Zoe's like, all right, I'm hungry. Well, I don't watch Puppy Dog Pals. And it's like, fuck, I can't ever get early enough to, because I got to get up and take my tea and do my, I can't just jump and start going like a shark, like you, Piper. I can't roll over and start doing sit-ups and shit. My body's got to creak itself back into, all right, let me drink my tea, my little coffee.
Listen. I'm going to give you the secret. All right, you ready? I will give you the secret to getting up early and getting it cracking. Are you ready?
Yes.
And all the Flipsyde fans out there, Jens, what's up, man? Thanks for, cool hair, man. I just said fuck it. But this is the secret, right? You drink a lot of water before you go to bed, right? Then you're going to wake up at like 4:30. And you're going to say, I do not want to work out at all. I'm fucking tired. My body is resting. I'm dead right now. I just want to go back to sleep, but you have to pee. So then you tell yourself, all right, man, I'm just going to go pee. Right? You tell yourself, I'm just going to go pee. You get out of bed. Fuck, my body's tight. And then you go and you pee. And while you're taking a piss, look at the sink. And then you say, you know what? After I wash my hands, I should brush my teeth. Right? Because my breath is stinking. I don't want to get back into bed with stinking breath and shit. I might as well brush my teeth. And when I brush my teeth, I'm going to go back to bed. It's nothing. So then you brush your teeth. Now, in the process of taking a piss and washing your hands and brushing your teeth, you're slowly waking up more. Right? So after you finish brushing your teeth, and this is critical, when you're on your way back to the bed, you have to have your sweats land somewhere in your path. Like hanging over a banister or on a table, but you have to pass your sweats. And this is the critical moment. You're awake enough. All it takes is like one more lie to yourself right now. I'm just going to put these sweats on and check the house, make sure nobody broke in. Make sure nobody left a door unlocked. Make sure the windows, you put the sweats on, walk around the house looking, you're alert, seeing if anybody broke in. Now it's like, fuck, I'm awake. I might as well I'm not going to do a serious workout. I'll just do a couple push-ups or something. I'll maybe do a jumping jack or a couple sit-ups or something. 30 seconds, a minute into it, you're completely awake. The blood is flowing. That's the moment of truth. And you flip the switch and then you work out. Or you give up and just go back to bed, but at least you got like a 30 seconds or a minute in. But 99% of the time, you're just going to go ahead and work out, man. It's a series of lies to yourself. That's the key.
I thought you were going to say when you went to the restroom, then you jump in a cold shower.
I did that for a year straight.
Yeah.
A year straight, man. Every morning I got up and I went and I jumped it. Dude, you'll never, nothing's bad after that. It's like getting up and you're like, I'm about to jump in this cold shower and blast myself, right? Did it for a year straight, blasted myself. I was getting up at like 4:35 in the morning, blast myself, and then jump out of the cold shower and then go work out, man, and then start writing. It was insane. It was crazy. I'm glad that I'm not doing that anymore, but who knows? I might kick it up again.
That polar plunge.
Fucking Rayto. Is that Rayto?
Dude, I'm having so much trouble with my internet. It's just lame. I'm gonna get out and come back, guys. All right.
Okay.
All right. My thing is that I get up at 1 a.m. When I drink, I go at 1 a.m. to go pee. Then at 1:30, I gotta pee again. Like I'm turning into that fucking old guy, bro. And I'm like, oh shit, it's 3 a.m. now. I gotta pee again. If I can't. I'm trying to adjust my drinking. Like I love to drink my tea, my ginger tea, and all my shit. And I'm over, and so I pee all fucking night. So by the time I'm like,
you don't drink at night. Then. How about that? If you don't drink at night, then you'll wake up at like 5 a.m. and happen to take a piss. And then, but the key is to just lie to you. Just spit. You have to spit game to yourself. I'm not about to work out. I'm just going to put my sweats on. I'm not going to work out hard. I'm just going to do a couple push-ups. And you just lie to yourself, man. And then now your blood is flowing and it's going. and then the moment of truth comes, and then you could get your workout in. Right? I'm telling you, it works 99% of the time. I didn't invent it.
I know the piss, the wake up to piss. That's my life right now. Let me see. Let's see, Sharon. Where's Sharon at? Sharon from Western Massachusetts. Hello, Sharon. Welcome back.
Sharon, stop. How are you?
And then we got Turkey.
Fatima. Hi from Turkey.
And then you got Jens.
He's getting married, man.
I know.
Congratulations, bro. We're going.
See, Jens can feel me. He said you have to pee the next morning and you're away. That's what's up, Jens.
And here's Toby McGuire.
Toby, what's up?
Who's Toby? Where are you calling from, Toby?
Anyway, so so what's up with you, Bubba? You're playing the piano?
Yeah, I'm in my little new music room, dude. There's like pianos and flutes and drums and
can you play the flute?
Shakers and well, it's these old school like let's see what if we got one. Like these old
Man, that's like
you know what I mean? It's like the Pied Piper, dude. This is you supposed to have this pipe.
Play something. Come on.
Well, I've never really played this one.
Play
someday.
When all falls down.
Play someday.
Yeah. There you go. There's carving on this bad boy. Then there's a harp, dude. You guys, the harp is actually pretty easy because it's like the piano. It's triad. So you just hit a note, skip a string, hit a note, skip a string.
Bring it. We're gonna get together.
The harp's inside. I'd have to bring the harp out. That's like a nice instrument. Sandy spent too much money. She spent a lot of money on that one, dude.
Nice. Now, Steve, you're coming down this month. We're gonna get back and work and do some shiza.
Yeah, man. Hopefully March 1st or late February through the 7th. We're going to get in there, get some of this music going again. Hopefully do some live. We should try to do some live, just like one mic and just do like a couple hours and just run through some songs.
Well, that's that. Yeah, let's do all that shit. Let's get a list, our schedule and get it all together. It'd be nice to do this all in one room, this show.
Yeah, for sure.
Shiza.
It'll be good to be back in the Bay.
Yeah, man. So, Piper.
What's up, man?
This week we had some cool stuff. This week happened to you, right?
Yeah, so I did a series of interviews last fall. Several. There might have been 5 or 6 interviews. Each one was like 2 hours. And it was with this reporter named Teresa Castellaros. And she worked for World Affairs. And Snap Judgment is a nationwide news source. And they put out these stories. And, so it was basically a story on my journey. Just growing up in the Bay Area during crack, the 90s and Flipsyde, getting with Flipsyde and, touring the world. Close family members dying, internal strife and Flipsyde, and then, my decision to go into law enforcement and everything that I experienced in there, why I went in, and ultimately why I left, and just bringing those lessons back to the arts and getting into Sundance and winning at Tribeca for the Creative Promise Award for screenwriting and, getting a deal for a TV series. It covers all those things. And it's dope because they feature a lot of Flipsyde music in the story, and they put links to some of our videos, and it really, just listening to the story, it really plays up what Flipsyde is all about. Like, we're about finding that common strand, that common theme, those common principles to unite under and push forward. If we're extreme in anything, it's in personal development and pushing forward, and extreme in love and in creativity.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so it's like that. Flipsyde it's a no-brainer how I ended up in Flipsyde. It's a no-brainer that Flipsyde resonates with all these beautiful people around the world that still support us supported us for years when we weren't doing anything. You know, we weren't feeding the frequency, and they still stood by. You know, people like Jens, you know, in Germany, and they still stood by and told us to get off our ass and make us some more music. That's my OG hippie right there, Vincent Burton, man. He knew me when I was a little kid.
You.
Yeah, what's up? Proud of you, Pipe. I appreciate it, man. He was one of the dudes I looked up to when I was a little kid, so he knows the story well. You know what I'm saying? On several levels.
I love that well.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
He knows Oakland in the late 80s. He was Oakland in the late 80s, you know?
Wow.
So, you know, I'm real looking back on it. Like one guy, I think it was Tony Robbins, he said, you can never connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect the dots looking back. So like looking back at the story, I could connect the dots from West Oakland and all of the, you know, madness that was going on in Berkeley, all the way to Flipsyde, law enforcement, to where we stand today. With a new outlook on art and, you know, on words and on music, because, you know, our first go round, I don't think we respected it enough, you know, and there was a point where I ultimately lost my faith in the power of art, lost my faith in the power of words. You know, what are words doing? You know, I was at the, when Rodney King got his ass whooped by those cops down in LA. You know, I did a school walkout. We were protesting. We were in downtown Berkeley, breaking windows and shit, you know? And, you know, what came from that? I didn't see anything come from that. And it didn't really hit me until we were in the same place when Oscar Grant got killed in 2009. And, you know, I had a limited view of it. I had a ground level view of it. I wasn't deep into activism, so I couldn't really see what was coming from it. But, you know, what's going on today with all the protests and this uprising, it is connected to Rodney King way back in 91 or whenever it was. It's like those people have been activists and they've been organizing for 20, 30, 40 years. And they built this snowball. Just me at a ground level, I couldn't see it. And I had traveled the world, and when Tukey Williams got killed, you know, we had 18,000 people in Portugal yelling "fuck Arnold Schwarzenegger." You know what I mean? But it's like, what did it do? Like I didn't see it accomplishing anything, man. And I got people at home that are dying. You know, Rick Lav, my little brother, man, died on the way back from one of our shows. Elijah, my brother-in-law, you know, shot himself in the head. Sergeant, United States Army, a brilliant young dude, was a senior at UC Berkeley, majoring in political science. He decided to check out. So those were some very dark times, man. And then we had the internal strife of Flipsyde, and we were spinning our wheels, taking one step forward and two steps back. So it was very stressful times. And, you know, Obama had just got elected president. I knew that I could write, and I needed to do something with my life that was concrete. I needed to put my energy into something that, you know, I could see. I could see the result from it. I felt like I was pouring my energy into a bucket that had holes in the bottom of it. And while I'm pouring all of my energy into this bucket, the people that I love, that support me, that are standing around me, are disappearing and dying and falling off along the way. So I had to make a move, you know, and I saw that my community was afraid of the police and my family was afraid of the police. And the best that they thought they could do was to make a song about it, or a poem or chant. And I wasn't sophisticated enough to see, you know, the long 30-year battle that activism was taking, and, you know, or patient enough to wait for it to hit the tipping point. And to be quite honest, I didn't have faith enough in other people that they would give a fuck, to be honest with you. I didn't have faith that other people would give a fuck in what was happening. So I said, fuck that. I'm not going to be scared of the police. You know, I'm not going to be satisfied with writing a rap about them, you know, that they're probably not even listening to. And I refuse to believe that all of them are just evil, and they want to just want to kill me and lock me up. You know, I feel like I'm in the dark right now, and I need to see the light. So I got to come a little closer to the facts. You know, I damn near had a black belt at the time. You know, I was physically fit. I had a college degree. You know, I'm articulate. I can speak, and I knew my community. And I had I'm not going to say I was an expert in Black history, not by far, but it's like I cared about it. I read a lot about it. I read a lot about politics. It's like if somebody's going to have a badge and a gun and be riding around my community deciding who to arrest or who to shoot, or, you know, whether to swing their baton or swing their fist or just speak, who should that person be? That was my understanding at the time. You know, if anybody's going to be riding around my community with a gun, deciding who to arrest and whether or not they're going to talk to this little kid like a human being or like he's a piece of shit, nah. You know, I should be in that position, and I should make that badge and gun do what I believe it should do and use it according to my values and my principles. And if I can't do that, then at least I'll know what I'm talking about when I sit down to write this next song. You know, if that's impossible, then I'll know what I'm talking about. So I found out, I bumped into an old friend because I used to be a counselor at juvenile hall. I bumped into one of my ex-co-workers that went from juvenile hall and he became a cop. And he told me that I could actually pay my way through the academy. And I didn't know that. You know, I thought you had to go through this year-long background check, and then they decide whether or not they want to hire you, and then you go to the academy and you're paid to be there. But I didn't think they would hire me. I had been to jail before. I've been arrested before. I had homies still in the pen. You know, my uncle did like over 30 years in the pen. It's like they're not going to hire me. But he told me, he said, look, you could pay money and attend the academy, and then you would just be competing against everyone that they hired. And it was about $5,000. You know, thank God we had our publishing. We wrote our songs. You know, that was the only money that was coming in at the time. So I talked to Dawn, and I was like, this is what I want to do. You know, she was scared, but she believes in me, man. Get you a woman that believes in you, y'all. Out there, if you're listening, she believes in me. So she was down. I put the money down, man. Put the $5,000 down, and I went into the academy. And it was an amazing experience, man. It was one of the bravest things I've ever done. One of the most courageous things I've ever done. You ever want to find out who your real friends are, become a cop, you'll find out real quick. You know, so I was able to cut the fat and go in there and confirm what I had thought before, but just learn so much more. And it was a good thing that I had a foundation. My foundation was what it was. And I had come through Flipsyde because and come through playing football with different cultures, because I was able to use all of that in navigating forward. So the article talks about all that. The piece talks about all that. I think it's like 35 minutes long, and it's well produced, and it's on Snap Judgment right now. I think Dave posted the link, so it's all over the country right now. And this is the thing, you know, some people are gonna hate it. Some people are gonna hate it, just like some people hate other people. You know, we choose to not spend much time on hate. You know, we're trying to find unity, and we're trying to find love, and we're pushing forward. So that's my story. That was my experience. You could argue with my experience all you want to until you blue in the face. That's fine. That's what I experienced. I went in there and I met some special people. Some of them were allies. Some of them were enemies. And my brothers stayed with me the whole time. Steve, Dave, Rayto, you know, stood by my side the whole time. My family stood by my side the whole time. I got some true friends, and I know who they are. So, you know, I'm bringing back what I learned from that journey. While I was taking that journey, Dave was taking his journey. Steve was taking his journey. And Rayto stayed right there in the middle, hammering through, producing music, engineering. You know, he stayed home. He guarded the home castle. So when we all came back from our journeys and we put all of our experiences together, this last EP is what came of it. Because I literally resigned from the department and we were in the studio a month later for that week. And we banged out 9 songs in that week. And this interview has caused me, because y'all know me, Steve was calling me the shark from the moment we met, because I never stopped. And I kind of just roll with the punches. I get knocked down and I spin and throw a back fist, and I'm right back in the game. And I don't take a lot of time to reflect on why something happened, or I'm kind of thinking about what to do next. You know, what am I going to do next to gain the upper hand? my center of influence. What can I control? Because once I focus on that, then my center of influence, my circle of influence becomes bigger, as opposed to devoting all of my energy to trying to control other people outside of that circle of influence. So, you know, I never really sat down to reflect deeply on this journey. And so that reporter asked a lot of questions that caused me to do that. So, you know, I'm grateful for, so shout out to Teresa Catzaleros.
You know, it's a trip. It's I'm the complete opposite. I reflect all day long. I be chilling, reflecting before I even So it's like, oh, what's that?
I was just gonna say, I want to challenge everybody that's watching this now or in the future. If you come across this video, click the link and spend the time to go into that experience. It's a unique perspective that I think everybody should watch, and share it to your page, because that's a conversation. You know, one of the words that's been hit me lately is like, we live in systemic contradiction. It's like systemic contradiction. And like, I love how you were saying, Pipe, you got closer, and there are some enemies in there, but you met some allies, and that's the human condition, man. We have some good and we have some bad, and man, we have to figure out how to bring the best out in one another, and the arts, in the music, and poetry. And you know, I don't know if you guys know that girl that what was her name, that did the poem at the inauguration?
Amanda Gorman.
Yeah, she's doing a poem at the Super Bowl tomorrow.
Nice.
And so, you know, words do matter, man. Words can inspire, words can heal, words can restore, words can bring hope. And yeah, so I challenge you guys, click the link, share it, and have a discussion with some people that don't look like you and don't think like you. What I hear people saying, I had this conversation last week, and somebody's like, I can't talk politics with you. And what they're basically saying is, I can't talk with somebody that doesn't agree with me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I need to talk to somebody that agrees with me, so they feed back what I think. And it's like, we can get back to this healthy dialogue where it's, you know, rooted in respect and love and compassion, and say, okay, let me listen. And at the end of it, you can still say, well, I don't agree, I disagree. But there's this, I feel like our country can get back to this civility of disagreement and respect. You don't always have to agree. Like, we all don't always agree on certain things, but there's these, you know, if I feel like, I don't know, I just want to challenge everybody to click the link, share it, and have a conversation this week about, you know, something maybe with somebody you don't agree with, and try to just be respectful.
What I wanted to add to what Piper was saying is just like, I saw you go through all this. You would come in and you know, we do, during that time we still did a lot of music together, and just seeing you going through the academy and then being a cop, and just how much passion you brought to whatever you were doing. I mean, you've always been like that, and you said that, but just it's like, this is what I'm focusing on right now. This is what I really want to master. You know, you focus on stuff and you master stuff, and then, but then you go to the other side and you try to find kind of the other perspectives to it. And that's, I mean, that's kind of is reflected in your songwriting too, in your, what you say in your song, in the songs. And I think that's something that we don't, and that's speaking to Steve, we don't aspire enough. We just kind of are in our silos. It's like, this is what I do, this is what I know, this is, for me, it's right. I don't care what you think, but for me, it's right. But I think part of what Flipsyde is also just always incorporating different perspectives, different views, and not necessarily make a huge stance, but just kind of presenting the facts. You know, this is what the world is, and this is, you know, just kind of showing things how they are, and making people think about the current state and about a current situation, but not really serving any judgment, but just kind of saying, look, let's think about this, let's talk about this. And I think the lyrics in Flipsyde show that, but also in action, you know, in, you know, all what you guys are doing is, it's showing that by being open to different perspectives and views. And I think it's something that's, we don't see enough in the world, like Steve says.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Like you're right. We made a lot of songs during that time period. And when I think back on it, a lot of that stuff was me venting,
Yeah, I know that.
like getting aggression and negative energy up out of me. Because it was a high stress environment, dude. It's a high stress environment when you're just going with the flow. So imagine you're in there trying to change anything as far as how it's like, okay, this armed robbery just happened. This dude fits the description. He's within a distance that the suspect would be in. This suspect just pointed a gun in a woman's face. He's pretty much wearing the same thing that this dude is wearing. This dude has his hands in his pockets. He might be the one, right? So, do I get on the radio right now and say I have eyes on a suspect, even though I'm not 100% sure, right? You're never 100% sure, but am I sure enough to subject this dude that could possibly be innocent to having five cops point guns in his face and make him get on the ground face down? If I'm just going with the flow and I haven't read what I've read and I haven't been where I've been and learned what I've learned and experienced what I experienced, I would see nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I'm off with a possible on such and such street right now. Get out. Let me see your hands. Right? But I'm not 100% sure. Am I treating another black man like a suspect when he's innocent? He could be waiting for his daughter to get out of dance class or something. Like I just took my daughter to gymnastics, right? So I just walk up to him, give him an opportunity to run. Now I'm a little more sure. Well, he didn't run. Then I get to him, start talking to him. He still has his hands in his pockets. If I say, man, take your hands out of your pockets, I'm treating him like a suspect, right? Knowing the whole time that if he is the dude that just pointed a gun in this lady's face and he has his hands in his pockets and he has a gun in his pocket, he can just turn to the side and shoot me in the face through the pocket. Like I just watched somebody do on tape, because cops watch cops getting killed on tape all the time. Just like the world watches YouTube videos of, cops killing other people, cops watch videos of cops getting killed so they'll know what not to do. So I'm sitting here talking to this dude, listening to his voice tone. Is it wavering? Is his heart beating fast? Is he just breathing uneven? Is he looking over his shoulder for an escape route like people do before they run? Is he touching his head like people do before they just shoot somebody or inflict extreme violence? I'm sitting there studying this dude, trying to have a natural conversation, man. That's far more stressed out than the average cop is going to be, because the average cop is not going to put himself in that situation. You know why? Because if I got shot in the face, all the other cops would have said, what the fuck did he expect? He went completely against procedure. That was stupid. You know what a lot of people in the community would have said? The fuck does he expect? You can't be in an institutionally racist space and expect it to not come back. Nobody would have gave a fuck except for y'all and my family, man. And a couple of the fans and people that understood. So that's the situation that I was placing myself in.
Did you talk to other black cops and what their situation, how they felt about it?
I talk to people all the time, man. They had crazy stories too. But just because somebody's skin is black doesn't mean they care. I'll tell you that right now.
I mean, I saw a really cool story about this football coach, black dude, and I think it was in Michigan or something. He had been like undefeated for a couple years, right? He's also a cop. He was actually the cop at that school, and so he would be the cop during the day. And no, it was Minnesota where the George Floyd thing happened. That's right. And so he, unbelievable community guy, unbelievable football coach, unbelievable, all fill in the blank. And when it happened, he had to go be in the riot gear. You know what I mean? And getting incredible story, dude. Just to piggyback off another experience. But they got rid of the cops in the high school, so he couldn't be that mentorship in there, a safe guy that all the guys could, you know what I mean? So it's like I don't know what the point of it's such a complicated, nuanced thing where it's like you have a guy here that's unbelievable community football coach that's also a cop, and it's like that doesn't fit a narrative that you know what I mean?
Right, and things that don't fit the narrative, You know, the masses tend to ignore them or attack it.
Yeah.
So I mean, but it's just it just comes with the territory. It is what it is. So you know, I did 8 years. You know, I saw some people in there that did some great things. I saw most people were going with the flow. You know, some people were out of pocket. You know, but what the average person calls a bad cop, they're not doing anything illegal.
Right.
They're not doing anything illegal. You know, they're doing something that we would feel is morally wrong. But the law protects police to such a great extent that there's just a wide latitude for judgment.
And that's why the system is racist, right? That's it shows.
Well, I mean,
right
it was
there.
You know, the system was born out of racism. You know, and it's not just law enforcement. It was you'll be hard pressed to find any American institution that doesn't behave in a manner that oppresses minorities, especially Black people. You'll be hard pressed to find one, man. I mean, it's just that's how this country was birthed, and it continued, and there was never allowed enough cry to reverse it, and it's very expensive to reverse it. So, you know, people have decided to put Band-Aids on it along the way. So I just got in where I fit in, man. I didn't feel like words and raps were the best things that I could contribute at that point in time, with people dying and leaving this planet that I loved and were very close to me. I just, and me spending all those years pouring my energy into the arts and into words, and it just exploding in my face. I needed to do something concrete. And I needed to do something concrete. I needed to make a physical difference right now, immediately. So, you know, that's what I put my money into, and that's what I did. And ultimately, when I felt like I could no longer be okay with getting shot in the face, because I didn't want to make somebody feel like a suspect, you know, ultimately, when I got to the point where I basically had to make a decision. Either I'm going to do this for the rest of my life, or I'm going to stick to the original plan and go back to the arts. If I do this for the rest of my life, it's going to change me in ways that I don't know if I'm comfortable with. But I knew I could no longer do for years. I was working Monday through Friday and then going to perform a play on like Saturday and Sunday, or working Monday through Thursday, hopping on the plane Friday and performing a play Friday night and Saturday, and flying back Sunday for a long time, dude.
Wow.
And dude, you cannot, those two consciousness, those two states of being are at opposite ends of the spectrum of the universe. Talking about the arts and law enforcement. You know, with the arts, with law enforcement, I'm completely focused on this dude's hands, and they're in his pocket. Or, you know, what is he reaching for? Right? Who's around me? Who's looking? It's completely external. The radio goes off. I got to respond to this next call. You know, I'm at a call right now. I'm taking a burglary report. Some lady's getting beat up, you know, 5 blocks away. I got to drop what I'm doing and go respond to that. It's completely external. And the more dangerous the call is, the faster I'm going to drive to get there. That's what people don't understand. The more dangerous the call is, the faster cops are driving to get there. They can't wait to get there. It's like their job. That's they find that's pride. They feel a sense of pride in that.
An adrenaline.
They could be counting on, you know, to come through in that situation. And an element of that was always present in me. I believe there are just groups of people. An element of that was always present in me. And since I've left, there have been situations where I jumped out the car. I saw a dude body slam a girl at Lake Merritt. You know, I got my 2 sons with me, man. I didn't even want to get involved. I saw them arguing and I saw him shaking her. I'm like, I don't even want to get involved. I got my 2 sons with me. He body slammed her, man. I drove across all 4 lanes and jumped out the car on that motherfucker, man. And he scattered off like a little rabbit. But,
like a little rabbit.
Yeah. But so some of these things are just in people, right? They're just certain groups of people, man, and they respond in different ways. So some of that was already in me. But I don't know, man. There's just it's a lot to talk about, man. it's a lot to talk about. But once I got to the point where, I had to make a decision. It's like either I'm going to do this for the rest of my life, or I'm going to go back to the arts, because I can no longer do both at the same time. It was too much switching on, off and on. I'm focused on this dude's hands, and then tomorrow I'm in an artistic space where I need to close my eyes and relax and feel deeply what's inside me. And then, the next day I better shift back or I might get my head blown off. Nah, man, I couldn't do it. I couldn't hold both of them. I didn't want to hold both of them anymore. I was going to have to commit to one. So I stuck to the original plan, and came back to the arts, man. And we rocking and rolling in 2021.
Well, thank you for your service, brother.
Yes, sir.
Seriously. I'm glad you chose the arts. That's all I could say. I think you're going to be more effective in the arts, dude. With the stroke of the pen, you can reach millions. And it's like that, you know what I mean? It sounds cliche, but you can. You got that power in the pen to, on an inspirational moment, man, to speak to the masses. But that's that work, that 8 years, man, that's a life-defining experience where it's like, I think it'll make you a better writer, a better person, a better everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I believe it has.
Yeah.
It has. I'm proud of that time in there. And I thank y'all for standing with me.
You did that shit. 8 years, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's solid.
I remember Pipe would come in right after, coming, out of work. He would you would call me up and say, I got to come through the studio. I got to come through. And he would drive up, he put his gun on the desk and say, okay, let's go. Yeah. And then he would just write, and he would lay down, and then you'd be gone. But it's just kind of like, but still, I mean, I saw that struggle. You being pulled between so many sides and trying to figure out, how do I define myself? And you went through that, and you I feel like, it was a privilege to be, it was hard, but it was a privilege to be to see you go through it and help you kind of go through that. And but it was definitely something special.
He'd come in my house, pull his gun down, and then he'd get mad at me because I don't know how to engineer very good, and he'd start yelling, "Damn it, back!" And he'd get all mad and shit. I'm all, "Fuck, man, I'm mad." And then go to Rato, and he'd be all pissed off and shit. So now, now he comes and goes, "I promise, I've meditated before I came here. I'm not gonna fucking get mad, because I'm the worst engineer, because I'm all feeling." And Rato's like, he's a nerd, so it's a different kind of thing. So
Well, I just know when some artists, come in the studio, they don't want to wait for me. It's their time. And I understand that. That's how it's supposed to be. I mean, that's how I approach making records. That's how I approach recording people is like, I don't need to be part of this process. I'm not, you're the creative.
I'm the opposite. You gotta wait for me.
Yeah.
Make you wait, because I got shit to do, son. I gotta figure out how this mic works and how to,
Dave's voice is low.
Yeah, I know.
Closer to the mic.
Come on, engineer. You need an engineer over there to turn up your mic.
I told you, but it was feeding back, so that's why.
Turn down your speakers, not your microphone.
God damn, you're just like Piper.
But remember when we had talked about doing maybe doing a musical one day, dude? You could write the hero's journey.
Yeah,
that hero's journey is almost every action drama, any movie you watch. Once you see the recipe of the hero's journey, you're like, that's every movie I've seen.
Every movie.
You know what I mean? It's every movie. And then when you break down to these co-directors, they're like, there's truly only one story. You know what I mean? It's like, and I think after everything we've all been through, we have to figure out what story we want to tell the hero's journey, whether it's our own or use a piece of ours, or you know what I mean. But I think that's just waiting to be told. That arc is just it's human,
we got
man.
Stories, dude. We got all four
of
us.
So powerful
stories. We've all done some shit. We came from different places, different worlds, and here we are finding each other. Like it's pretty heavy. Like it's I always call it, like I say, super friends. Yeah. Once we get activated like Voltron, we have this great thing that we do. So definitely, I feel like a hero. I got Star Wars on my shit, right? That's the biggest hero's journey. This is from 1977. This blanket, by the way.
I love it.
So just
George Lucas actually used Joseph Campbell's book about the hero's journey.
Yeah.
Hero of a Thousand Faces. Joseph Campbell was this OG. I don't even know. It's not anthropologist, but he basically he just spent his whole life studying myths and legends from different cultures, and I think he studied like over 1,000 different myths, and he boiled the journey of the hero down to like I think 17 different points.
Yeah.
During the journey, and George Lucas followed it closely for Star Wars.
Yeah.
But a lot of people use it, man. A lot of people use it.
Did y'all see the new Mulan?
Yes,
The new Mulan is beautiful. It's just on Disney.
Live action.
Yeah, she's the girl that went away to fight for the emperor.
Right.
And yeah, they did a great job.
You know what? Zoe's been singing this song called "I Rise Up." You know that song?
Yeah, I love that. And
I've never heard that before. There's a little girl that is on America's Got Talent, and she sings that song and she kills it. Zoe actually sings that song and copies it. Well, I found the original. I've never heard it.
Andrea Day
holy shit! And the video is. I started crying, because I cry a lot now, anyways. But I because it's about it's a heavy video. Like the guy, his the couple and the guy is paralyzed from the neck down. He went to the army, war, and so it's a heavy video. And I thought of Jason Becker. Oh my God, like that whole. And I just was like, fuck. And, you never know when a song's going to affect you. I heard that song's a very popular song. It's an older song, I guess, right? I don't know. But it hit me like a ton of bricks because you never know. And I always feel like some of this music, sometimes like someone Sharon right here listened to us in 2011, right? And she like all of a sudden, oh my God, this is new. It's going to change your whole perspective. And that's what powerful music is. It doesn't know. You never know when you're going to get it, when you're going to get the songs and the music and stuff. And that's what makes me proud about doing, what we do, because like I said, here's Sharon from 2011 got into a record that was put out in 2005, His son made him a CD and we jammed to your CD, We the People, while smoking a bowl.
Nice.
How can you not love Sharon? I was smoking bowls when I did that record. So
Sharon Bostock or
yeah, so
cool. What up?
It's a trip. How powerful that song really moved me, and then my kid sings it all day long. So just thought I'd.
She did on New Year's Eve. I saw that artist. I think it's Andrea, Andrea, Andrea Day. But she sang Imagine, John Lennon's Imagine on for New Year's, and she did a cool rendition. It was a little different. Like she flipped it a little bit. She stayed true to the melody, but she did a really cool interpretation of it. She's an amazing artist.
Amazing. Yeah. So I was totally blown away. But yeah, man.
Nice.
So we have that song came out, Spun. It's doing pretty well. Acoustic Spun's been on Spotify. Check it out when you can. What else?
Love that song. It's fun.
Yeah, man.
So check it out, guys. If you guys are listening to our music, subscribe on Spotify, follow us on YouTube, any of the social medias that you stream music on, follow us, share it, spread the love. Because we got a lot more in store. We got a lot of music coming.
Share it on Spotify with your friends. I've never done that before. Sending, hey man, check out my band. Like I've never done. So I'm hitting up my friends that have Spotify. I never even thought of, and now they're liking it or whatever.
Yeah,
and it's that's really helpful. So
if you don't follow Flipsyde on Spotify, Steve will find you and make you. He'll come to your house and
knock on your door.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you haven't signed up yet. You're not following us.
He'll take your phone and do it on your phone. Just be like, see, like this. Subscribe. Yeah, man.
But then he'll sing a song with you too, so that'll be great.
Yeah,
and he'll eat all your food. He'll, what do you got to eat?
That's
I'm
true.
hungry.
That's another thing. Pipe will come by, go to the studio, and then he would raid my kitchen. So you got any snacks? And then he would raid
snacks.
And then he would bring the kids by too sometimes, and they would raid my kitchen too. It's like, you guys don't have any food at home?
Because they work out so hard.
I know.
The thing about it is that Piper likes eating very healthy, and Rachel has healthy food. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, how can you not? And then Piper, he comes to my house. The kids eat like Pharaoh eat like 2 or 3 burritos in one sitting, like little microwave burritos. And it's great. I love it because I love those burritos. Those are great.
Yeah, man. And it's like, the whole I get focused and forget to eat thing.
Yeah.
This stuff that mothers never do. So it's like I get focused and I forget to eat. So if I forget to eat, I kind of forget to feed them too. Oh God, I get yelled at, man. I get yelled at by the wife. I get yelled at by my mother. I get yelled at by I know women are out there cussing me out right now.
What's Dawn say when she gets mad at you? Does she say your full name or what's she do?
Nah. She doesn't. Yeah, I think it's just a voice tone thing. Yeah. Same words, but just a voice tone thing. They didn't eat. Stuff. And they'll throw you. The kids will throw you under the bus.
A question.
Yeah. They'll throw you under the bus. You walk through the door. I'm so hungry. We haven't eaten in so many hours, and it's like, dude, like you throwing me under the bus. Like they didn't eat. What time did you guys leave? Like 8 hours ago. Yeah, man.
Welcome, Martha.
That's awesome. Spread the story, man.
Thank you, Martha. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, what you guys got planned for the rest of the weekend?
Super Bowl, man.
Birthday today.
Oh,
nice! Happy birthday! Happy birthday! What you guys doing?
We're gonna go get some lunch and go on a nice walk and enjoy the sunshine.
Chill.
Yeah.
So
that's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. Yeah, it's. It's like, what can you do with Corona? It's like, and that's better than anything. That's beautiful. Sure. Happy birthday. I remember I took when Pharaoh was a little kid. I took Pharaoh and my nephew to Great America and spent hundreds of dollars. We kept waiting in line for rides, and they'd get tired of waiting. Let's go to another ride. Waiting that line. Let's go to another one. Right. Hundreds of dollars. They had a little bit of fun. And the next weekend, I took them to Lake Merritt and bought a loaf of bread, and they fed the ducks. Dude, that was the best shit. Yeah.
And they love the ducks.
It's the best thing in the world, man.
Yeah.
Chasing ducks, running from geese.
For 99 cents.
It's like, this costs, like $3.
Yeah.
I spent like $300 at Great America.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, man. So go.
You gotta go on a Monday, Piper. You gotta go on a Monday or a Tuesday when no one's there. You go on the weekend, everybody and their mama and their grandma are at the fucking trader. You gotta go when no one's. I go on Monday and Tuesday. I want to go to Disneyland though. I'm really looking forward to taking Zoe to Disneyland.
Oh, that's epic.
Freak out. But that Mickey Mouse, that dude will rob you, man.
Oh my God.
Bring
I took
wallet,
a picture
man.
with Darth Vader, bro. Did the Star Wars things. They have the stormtroopers walking around. They're like, move along. from the movie, dude. It's cool, man.
I'm gonna freak out. I might just leave my family. Where'd Daddy go?
Does Disneyland still hold up? Is it still awesome?
Yeah. It's unbelievable. It's like the cleanest place on earth. Like you walk through it and it's so clean. I mean, there's so many people and you're like, dude, where is the trash? Like it works like, I think to get hired there, you have to be like a passionate, like you're so into Disney. Like they just don't hire anybody. You have to really, truly love, like, this is my destiny to be, you know what I mean? But I was impressed with it, man. Like there is lines, but you know what I mean? It runs like a well-oiled machine. This was all before COVID. So who knows?
I've been like 10 years.
Yeah.
We should go, Pipe. We should bring our family and go out there and fucking go, and then we'll leave them alone. We'll go to Star Wars together. Like, where'd Daddy go? We're at fucking Star Wars.
Well, that's the great thing about it. You can just leave if they're old enough, maybe not. Zoe's still a little young, but the older kids, they can just go on their own.
No, we're gonna leave her. She's gonna go. Okay, you go hang out at Dumbo ride. Daddy's gonna go to Star Wars. All right.
Didn't we perform at like Universal Studios or something?
Yeah, at the Blues. It was Universal Studio, like the Blues House of Blues.
House of Blues.
Yeah, at the thing.
House of Blues.
Yeah.
Oh, downtown Disney.
Yeah, something like that.
In the Universal.
Oh, okay.
But they have like a house. Yeah, it's the Gibson Amphitheater now. So yeah, man.
Stephanie Traps is on.
Who?
Stephanie Traps.
Yeah,
brilliant young lady. How are you doing, Miss? It's like I love Disneyland. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna start doing some plant-based little cooking recipes, guys. I made romesco sauce today.
Mhm.
Dude, have you ever had romesco sauce?
I don't know, man. You know, you pay way more attention to food than me, man.
It's
You've been
from
talking about
Spain.
the
It's like
restaurant.
it's from Spain, dude. It's kind of like a I don't know. It's you have roasted red peppers, tomatoes, almonds, and it's just this beautiful, kind of has like a hummus texture, but it's so good, dude. I'm like trying to get into plant. Every time I eat cheese and heavy food, I'm just like I feel horrible. So I'm really trying to dedicate to like plant-based 80% of the time.
Bring the abs back.
Just bring the health back, man. I just want
Bring
to
the
feel
Coast Guard
good.
abs back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
man.
dude, good cheese is like a drug. It's
Oh,
so good.
so good.
Oh, the real, just high quality cheese. Oof.
Yeah.
I love Swiss cheese, Rayto. Just to let you know, I'm a big
I
fan.
can't wait to take you guys to Switzerland and
Uh,
we'll just go have some good ass cheese.
just
Switzerland was fun, man. Switzerland was fun.
We drove through the Swiss Alps,
but
remember?
we,
Yeah.
we got to go with Rayto because he knows where to get all the good cheese. You know what I'm saying?
We
Outskirts of cheese.
so the first time in Switzerland was after that Isle of MTV in Trieste.
Mhm.
And I think it was. And I think Steve, you lost your voice.
Maybe.
I think Steve lost his voice, and actually you stole a bunch of cheese and lobster from the restaurant.
That was in Italy.
That was in Italy, Trieste, right?
Yeah.
It was like 4 a.m. Steve came out of the restaurant with a handful of cheese and a handful of lobster.
It was like a small boutique hotel, right? It was very small. And so I just go into the kitchen and like the refrigerator's open. I acted like it was home. You just what's in here? What do we got going on? That's good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We had done some big drinking because we hadn't seen Snoop since we did the tour with him. So it was like 6-7 months. It's like the middle of the summer. People in Italy are recognizing us. So it was, and we went to the club after the show. We murdered that show. It was only like a 20-minute set, but we murdered that show.
Yeah.
Some of that show was in the in one of our videos.
I got the video of that.
Yeah, we went
That's
to the
an amazing show.
Went to the club and drank big and got back to the hotel at like 4 a.m. and I jumped in the ocean. Stripped down to my drawers and jumped in the ocean and started swimming. I get out of the ocean. Steve is standing in the middle of the street with a handful of cheese and a handful of lobster. Dude, this cheese is good. You want some lobster pipe? We standing there eating, and then go to the room, go to sleep, and wake up at 6, like 2 hours later, man. Had to get to the airport, and then we went to Switzerland to do the show. But Steve's voice went out. In the opening act, couldn't make it. So Game was like, I need y'all to do 45 minutes instead of 30. Can y'all do it?
Dang.
God damn. I'm like, Steve, you gotta bring, Steve is a clutch player. I'll get my voice back. It'll come from somewhere, bro. Steve did like one song and this shit was gone, dog. And then we just started like, D Sharp, thank God he was a DJ. He could cut and play the other music, and I was just freestyling. I couldn't remember any of my lyrics from my whole life before Flipsyde. Because I was thinking, I just do some other songs that I used to have, and Dave, you play guitar and D Sharp would be cutting. I couldn't remember nothing before Flipsyde, man. We freestyled like 3 or 4 songs.
Do you remember that, Dave? I don't remember.
I don't remember any of that shit.
I remember that, man.
That's so crazy.
It must have been not that good because I'm like, let me fucking not remember this.
Let me not remember this.
For a reason and shit.
And we had to do 45 minutes instead of 30. Yeah.
I remember we were in, was it Switzerland where we met that mercenary pipe?
Yes.
And I was sitting there and we were talking like everything's fine. And then I must have asked the wrong question. And he just, dude, he like Rambo turned. I forget how it ended, but I can just remember I was like, oh, I probably shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, we were at a little bar because we rented a boat.
We rented a boat.
Yeah, we rented a boat. And Steve was like, I know how to drive a boat. I was in the Coast Guard, dude. Steve is doing donuts with the boat. I'm all nervous. I'm all nervous, man. It was beautiful though. It was overcast, but it was warm. and these boats and people swimming in the lake.
Yeah.
Like just imagine Lake Merritt, but with more boats and people actually swimming in it.
Yeah.
And so it was amazing, man. It was beautiful. So yeah, we want to go back.
Good memories. We
With
coming back
Rayto.
for
We
y'all.
want Rayto because he knows where to get the good yogurt and the good
Yeah.
cheese. So we gotta go get the yogurt. I love yogurt.
What's the biggest city in Switzerland?
Zurich.
Zurich, yeah.
That's where we were.
Yeah, Zurich. That's where it was. I was thinking, it was right on the tip of my tongue. I was like, whoa, but there it is.
That's where we were.
Cool, guys. Anybody gonna watch the Super Bowl tomorrow?
Man, I forgot the Super Bowl was tomorrow, man.
Any
But
predictions? We got Tom Brady versus Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City versus Tampa Bay.
I want Tom Brady to win just to see greatness, 7.
Okay. What do you got to score for us? Prediction? Who's gonna win?
I think the one by 7.
Tampa Bay. Who you got, Pipe?
I don't know, man.
Just give us a prediction,
Dude,
bro.
I haven't watched
Kansas City or Tampa Bay?
I saw some Mahomes highlights from last year, and the dude is raw. So I'll say Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, so
I'll go for a tie.
you can't have a tie in the Super Bowl.
No, he's Swiss. He's Swiss.
That's
Penalty kick.
Neutral
kicks.
fuck.
I think Tampa Bay's defense is going to end up maybe, but I want to see Kansas City kind of win. I'm not that invested.
As an ex-Raider fan,
yeah,
like I used to be a Raider fan,
yeah.
I can't support the Chiefs, dude.
There you go. That's right. That's right, Dave.
I want Tom Brady to win just so I could just, he's got the best life. It's like John Mayer. It's like, oh, John Mayer, fucking, he's got the best life.
Hold on, man, but there's bad blood between the Raiders and the Bucks, though, right?
Yeah, because Gruden, but whatever.
Yeah,
but this is an older feud, though. This is older.
Kansas City's is an arch rival of the Raiders since the early '60s,
like the '30s and shit.
Oh wow,
43.
Then they got the Broncos rivalry beat then, because I know the Raiders and the Broncos hated each other with a passion.
Yeah,
I was at the game Monday Night Football. Nice, Chiefs. I was at the game. It was a Monday Night Football. It was the first Denver game I went to, and Patrick Mahomes was in town, Kansas City, Denver, Monday night. And it's when he threw that he's right-handed. And so he improv, dude, NFL, like a left-handed pass. And he completed it to Kelsey. And nobody even knew what happened until you saw it on the big screen. You're like, did I just see what I just saw? And he's the first quarterback to do a no-look pass. Like in basketball, you see people do. He did a no-look pass. The dude's on another level, bro. He messes with people's eyes. He'll look a different direction knowing he's going the other way. So he's like the best, new talented. He's the future of everything. That dude is just unbelievable. So he'll probably win. And it's going to take like Tampa Bay's best game not to mess up. So it's Kansas City's to lose, basically. They're favored.
Tom Brady's butt chin is going to fucking win the game.
His Captain America, his American butt chin. Authentically American butt chin.
All right.
That's funny.
So yeah.
Check out the weekend too. The weekend's going to do I'm excited as much to see the weekend perform the halftime show and the poem than almost the game. So it should be a good day tomorrow.
See, I feel like not to hate on the halftime game, but when you go to football games, they always play AC/DC, Metallica, Food. They always play the rocker because
Train. They play Train, Ozzy Osbourne,
heavier stuff, right? And then they don't ever have a motherfucker playing a guitar. Ever. There's no guitar solo in the house.
Prince was the last time.
That's the last one. But that's what I'm saying. That's the only. There's nobody like Metallica's. They're still alive. They're the biggest band in the world. Foo Fighters. There's, so, I'm cool.
Dave, you played in Seattle, man, down on the field.
You did.
And let's not forget, during the guitar solo, they had the camera on Steve. So that's why I'm all fuck NFL.
Man, you know what I like about that performance, man? Not even that performance, but we went there and like Rick Lav had just died, and we went to Seattle and they gave us those jerseys, the 12th man jerseys. And Rick Lav wore number 12, when he played on the field. So it was like, that was dope. It felt like he was there with us.
Yeah.
I was juiced when we took that field. I'm sorry that they did not point the camera at you when you were doing your guitar solo, man. I
That's some
apologize for
bullshit.
that. You know,
You know what I remember about that is like I remember being back in the locker room and there's the fucking cheerleaders. Ooh, they're hot, right? From far. And the closer I got to them, the more they looked like me. I'm like, God, he's just not fucking attractive. I was like, whoa, from far away they look incredible.
it's messed
But-
up, man. They work hard on their bodies, though.
I know, but that's great. I'm just saying that's what I noticed. They had one had a goatee and shit. I was like, whoa. That's
You still have a chance at a different career, Dave. Then,
yeah, I
guess,
should have
right?
been a cheerleader.
Yeah.
Jordan, what's up? Troy on Neto is on.
Troy.
All right, I gotta go, guys. I gotta
Okay.
All right,
Right.
we'll
Hey,
do it, man.
a birthday
gonna
to
play
celebrate.
Yes,
Peace.
I'm gonna play this video and then see you soon.
Tell her happy birthday, man.
Yeah.
We'll do.
Wish her the best.
Love you
Love you
all.
guys.
We'll talk.
And if it all goes down, let tomorrow I'll be found. And if you see what I believe, let your sorrow set you free. If it all goes down, let tomorrow I'll be found. And if you see what I believe, let your sorrow set you free.
I didn't travel so long, making tracks across this nation. I didn't evolve strong, strength, honor, and patience. Pipe focus on greatness, my future can't escape it. But my existence ain't given, I got to fucking take it. Ain't nothing guaranteed, enjoy the air I breathe. With every phrase that I speak, I'm writing history. My baby brother's gone, and I can't wait to see him. But I got a fan, man, ain't no way I'll ever leave him. 2 sons, the way to their future is 2 tons. Gotta teach them about these cops, crooked bitches and rocks. Start them reading so these magicians can't ever deceive them. Teach them to think so they don't drown in this poisonous evil. I glance up at the stars, my spirit's one with all. But physically we fight, and mentally we fall. It's all a circle, I read the script and play along. Until tomorrow, when there's no such thing as right and wrong.